So yesterday we were still talking about the examination practice at the end of the textbook. Okay, and so we stopped at question number 13, and today we will start from number 14, and then we will continue to talk about the second examination practice after the first one is finished. Okay, so number 14. Express 1 over 2 minus I in the form of a plus bi, so where a and b are real numbers. So this is very standard. When you see I numbers in the denominator of a fraction, so basically even though the question did not tell you what to do, you need to do this, okay? If it is in form of a minus bi, then the denominator should be multiplied by a plus bi. Okay, in this case, the b is 1i. Okay, bi is 1i. But you need to multiply the same thing to the top of the fraction, so 2 plus I, in order to keep the value of the question unchanged. Okay, and then you just multiply the top to top, so that should be 2 plus I, and then the bottom to bottom, 2 minus I times 2 plus I. Okay, and there's nothing to do on top, and then in the bottom there's always like this, a square minus b square, and the I square is always changed to -1. Okay, just remember this, and then we will have 2 plus I over 5. But the question asks us to express in the form of a plus bi, so we need to split the fraction into the sum of two parts. Okay, so that is the real part plus the imaginary part. Okay, so that will be like this. So the a, in this case, the a will be 2 over 5, and the b will be 1 over 5. Okay, so this is the answer of part A. Then part B. The roots of the quadratic equation x squared plus mx plus n equals 0 are this and that. Okay, find the values of m and n. 好啦，嗱，呢一度咧，其實咧，我哋喺即係 chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5都好啦，我哋應該好似未遇過呢一種嘅題目嚟嘅。咁但係即係呢一種題目係咩意思咧？就係我哋做 sum of roots、product of roots 嘅時候咧，我哋係未遇過咧一啲complex numbers 嘅 roots 嘅。OK，咁但係其實咧係一樣咁做嘅啫，一模一樣嘅。OK，即係我哋可以 consider the sum of roots， so B1，because the roots are 5 over 2 minus I and 5 over 2 plus I. So the sum of roots is equal to 5 over 2 minus I plus 5 over 2 plus I. Can you get this? And then we can really add the two things together. Okay, so this will be equal to 5 over 2 minus I times 2 plus I over 2 plus I. Okay, and then plus 5 over 2 plus I times 2 minus I over 2 minus I. Okay, you just do the same thing, and then you get 5 times 2 plus I over. So we have already done this in part A. So we know that the denominator should be equal to 5, right? Okay, and then plus 5 times 2 minus I divided by 5. And the 5 and 5 will be cancelled by each other. So what is remaining on the top is 2 plus I and then plus 2 minus I. And luckily, the I terms will be cancelled by each other. So the sum of roots is just equal to 4. Okay, and then why do we need to find the sum of roots? Is that because m or negative m should be equal to the sum of roots, because the sum of roots can also be found by negative b over a. Okay, so on the other hand, sum of roots is equal to negative b over a, so that is negative m. Okay, so on one hand, we have calculated the sum of the roots to be 4. On the other hand, From the formula of sum of roots, we know that the sum of roots is equal to negative m. Therefore, we can say that negative m is equal to 4, which means that m is equal to negative 4. Can you get this? How about n? N is in the position of C, okay? The formula C, right? So we are going to consider the product of roots. On one hand, the product of roots is equal to multiplying the roots together, right? Okay, because it is the product of the two roots. So it is equal to 25 over 2 minus I times 2 plus I. But we know that 2 minus I times 2 plus I will be equal to 5. So that is equal to 5. Okay, so on one hand, the product of roots can be calculated to be equal to 5. But on the other hand, the product of roots can also be found by using the formula C over A. And in our equation, C is n, A is 1. So that is equal to n. So on one hand, the product of roots is equal to 5. And on the other hand, the product of roots is equal to n. So we can say that n is equal to 5. Okay, so that is how we can find the values of m and n. 得唔得？呢度有冇同學唔係用 sum of roots product of roots 揾嘅？有冇第啲方法？睇下先，呢度咧應該用 sum of roots product of roots 揾咧，都應該係最快㗎啦。OK， 如果唔係嘅話咧就好麻煩㗎啦，應該。好 B2， so find the value of k such that the quadratic equation has one double real roots。好啦，嗱，跟住又叫你 highlight 咗佢咯喎 ，keyword one double real roots。一見到呢啲 keywords，你就要做反應啦。咩反應啊？今次第一樣嘢嘅啫 ，delta is equal to 0。OK， two distinct real roots, delta larger than 0. One double real root or two equal real roots, delta equal to 0. Okay, no real roots, delta is less than 0. 要即刻咧記住，即係諗到係呢一樣嘢啦。OK， 好啦，咁即係個 delta 係咩嚟㗎 ？delta 係 b squared minus 4ac 啊嘛，係嘛 ？So in this case, x squared plus mx plus n plus k equals 0. Our a is equal to 1, our b is equal to m, and our c is equal to n plus k. Can you get this? So our delta should be equal to b squared minus 4 times a times c. Okay. Sorry, we have already found the values of m and n. I should not write m and n anymore. What is m? M is negative 4, so it should be negative 4. And then n is 5, I remember. So it should be negative 4, and it should be 5 plus k. Okay, so it should be negative 4 bracket square times 4ac. Okay, and then it should be 16 minus 4 times 5 plus k. That is 16 minus 20 minus 4k, and that should be negative 4 minus 4k. Okay, so this is our delta. But from the question, we know that there is only one double real root, which means that from our knowledge, we know that it is delta. The delta should be equal to 0. Okay, so negative 4 minus 4k should be equal to 0. And then negative 4k is equal to 4, and k is negative 1. That is the answer. Find the value of k, right? Okay. Oh, that, So that is question number 14. Is that okay? Okay, next one. Number 15. 如果未抄完出聲啊。 Number 15。好啦，嗱，我哋咧其實咧呢幾課咧，即係 Form 4上學期呢幾課咧，其實都玩得幾多呢啲 graph 嘅嘢嘅。OK，一係咧就係直線啦，一係就係拋物線啦，即係呢啲 parabola 呢啲。OK，咁啊算係比較重嘅佔得。咁啊，所以咧大家就唔好驚佢，因為咧嗱，我覺得呢一種嘅題目咧係好易做嘅。點解我會咁講咧？因為咧所有嘢咧都有得跟翻嘅。OK，有個框架喺度嘅。嗱，我哋即係我睇一次就15題啊。In the figure, the graph of y 等於 intersects the x-axis at A and B, point A, point B, and y-axis at C。其實呢度咧，我哋已經有好多資料噶啦喎。我哋有個 graph 啦，有個 equation 啦，係嘛？然之後咧，A 同埋 B 係啲咩嚟嘅咧？佢 intersects at the x-axis, so alpha, beta should be the x-intercepts of this equation, of this graph. And then point C will be the y-intercept。OK，咁你要記得嘅嘢，即係温書嘅嘢就係我哋見到 x-intercept 就係點做啊？就係 put 個 y to be 0 and then calculate the value of x。And in this case, the answer, okay, when you put y to be 0, calculate the value of x, and the values of x, the answers will be alpha and beta. Okay? And then for the y-intercept, how to find this? You need to put x to be 0 and calculate the value of y. And then this will be the coordinates of point C. And in part A, the question just asks you to find the coordinates of point C. C is the y-intercept of the graph. So we just need to put x to be 0. Okay, and then calculate the value of y. So y is negative 0 squared plus 4 times 0 plus k minus 4. Okay, and that is equal to k minus 4. So it is in terms of k, right? Therefore, the coordinates of C will be 0 and k minus 4. And that is the answer of part A. Get it? Then part B. Part B. B1. Find the value of alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta. Alpha and beta are the x-intercepts of the graph. Okay? So when you put y to be 0 into the equation, you get 0 equal negative x squared plus 4x plus k minus 4, right? And this is a quadratic equation. And then the roots, we know that the roots of this equation are alpha and beta, 係嘛？因為呢個係我哋揾緊啲咩㗎？揾緊個 x-intercept 嘅 ，OK？ 因為我哋 put y 等於0落去條式度嘅時候咧，係計緊個 x-intercepts 嘅。但係我哋又知道咧，喺個 graph 度我哋見到個 x-intercept 咧，分別係 alpha 同埋 beta 喎。咁所以咧，我哋知道咧呢條式我哋將會計出嚟嗰兩個答案咧，分別就係 alpha 同埋 beta 啦。得唔得？個諗法係咁樣樣啊。OK？ 好啦，咁如果咁嘅話咧，佢叫你揾啲咩啊？佢叫你揾 alpha plus beta。咪即係叫你揾 the sum of the roots 咯。OK，sum of roots is equal to negative b over a. In this case, a is negative 1, b is 4, and c is k minus 4. So if it is negative b over a, so that is just negative 4 over negative 1. And the answer is equal to 4. That is the answer of B1. Can you get this? Okay. And then B2. Express alpha times beta in terms of k. That is very easy because alpha and beta are the roots of this equation. Okay. Therefore, to find alpha times beta is to find the product of the roots. And product of roots, we have a formula, is c over a. In this case, the c is k minus 4. And the a is negative 1. Okay, so it's just negative k plus 4. Okay, and it is in terms of k, right? So this is part B. And then part C, using the result of part B, express beta minus alpha bracket square in terms of K. Hence, find the area of triangle ABC in terms of K。好啦，嗱呢度咧有少少唔係咁 standard 嘅，咁但係我哋照做先啦。其實佢叫你 express beta minus alpha square in terms of K， 即係叫你計 beta 減 alpha 嘅括弧二次方出嚟。不過個答案係容許有 K 嘅，係咪 ？OK， 好啦。咁你可以點做啊 ？beta 減 alpha 嘅括弧二次，咁你咪可以拆咗括弧佢咯。就 beta square minus 2 alpha beta plus alpha square。OK， 好啦，咁如果你有温書有聽書嘅話咧，我叫你每次見到 alpha square plus beta square 咧，我哋都當佢咧，我哋會當佢係一條公式嘅 alpha 二次加 beta 二次。係嘛？即係咁樣啊！我寫多步啊 ！alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. Okay, I just group these two terms together first, and then I ask you to memorize one more formula. Okay, for the alpha square plus beta square, it is always equal to alpha plus beta bracket square minus 2 times alpha beta, and then we still have the original 2 alpha beta here. Can you get this? 呢個咧，我係叫你背咗佢嘅，得唔得 ？alpha 二次加 beta 二次係等於 alpha 加 beta 嘅括弧二次減翻兩個 alpha beta。Okay, and then we just remove the square bracket alpha plus beta square. So we have minus 2 alpha betas and minus another 2 alpha beta. So totally we have minus 4 alpha beta. Okay, and then at this step, we can use our preparation in part B. Alpha plus beta has been found to be equal to 4, okay, in B1. And then alpha times beta has been found to be negative K plus 4. So we can replace all the alpha and beta by numbers or by K. Okay, so that would be 4 squared minus 4 times negative K plus 4. Okay, so it should be 16 plus 4K minus 16. So it is just equal to 4K. Can you get this? Okay. Okay, and then, so this is part C, and we still have the hence part. Yes, the hence part. Let me see. Yes, find the area of triangle ABC in terms of K. 好啦，嗱呢度咧有少少撩楞嘅，有一個位有少少撩楞嘅，睇下大家可唔可以 get 到啊？I would like to find the area of triangle ABC. So let me draw the triangle ABC first. It's like this. 咁又係三角形面積啦，三角形面積當然就係底乘高除2啦，係嘛？底乘高除2 ，OK？ 不過你今次就 in terms of K 嘅啫，我抄落嚟呢度先啦。OK， 個底就係 AB 啦，係嘛？我寫出嚟先啦。The base should be equal to AB. Okay, and then the height should be equal to OC. Can you get this? OC 容易揾啲嘅。OK， 我哋揾咗 OC 先。OC 即係 K minus 4 minus 0。OK， 高減低係嘛？ So that is just K minus 4 is OK。OK， 我寫喺上面先啦。好啦，跟住 AB 又點樣咧？嗱 ，AB 咧應該咧就係等於 beta minus alpha。Can you see this? The right left-hand side x coordinate. Okay, I mean the x coordinate of the right point minus the x coordinates of the left point. Okay, it's beta minus alpha. But do we have beta minus alpha? No. Okay, so, but we have already found beta minus alpha bracket square. Okay, so beta minus alpha bracket square is equal to 4k. What is the value of beta minus alpha then? It should be the square root of 4k. Can you get this? 得唔得？好，咁呢度咧，個開方可以分俾個4同埋分俾個 k 嘅。Square root can be shared by the 4 and by the k. So the square root 4 is equal to 2, and then square root k cannot be simplified. Can you get this? Okay. And now we have expressed the base and height both in terms of k now. And then we can find the area of triangle ABC in terms of k. So that is half times base. Base is 2 root k times the height. Height is k minus 4. Okay? And the 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So what's remaining is just square root k times k minus 4. Okay? So that is the answer. Can you get this? It is in terms of k already. 好，得唔得？好嗱，呢度咧，我想考一考，我想挑戰一下大家啊！睇下有冇同學咧可以答到我嘅。呢度有個位咧，即係其實我頭先，如果你有一路聽住我有個位咧窒咗一窒嘅，就係咧呢一個嗱，呢個你如果你我考大家，即係挑戰一下大家啦。咁如果諗到就最好啦。咁但係咧諗唔到嘅話咧，其實咧你做到呢度嘅話咧，已經係 full mark 㗎啦。睇下先 ，beta 減 alpha 咧，我頭先咪開方嘅，係嘛 ？OK，或者呢一個啦，呢一個咧喺個 k 係咪喺個開方裏邊㗎？但係咧 k 咧呢個數字咧，佢有冇講過係一個正數啊，定係一個負數嚟嘅咧？嗱，如果佢係一個負數嘅話咧，我開方負數咧就會係一個 math error，即係一個 imaginary number 嚟嘅喎，唔係一個 real number 嚟嘅喎。OK，咁呢個時候就有問題喎。個 k 係負數嘅話 ，OK， 你記唔記到講咩？即係因為我呢度咧有個開方，即係個 k 喺個開方裏邊啦。咁但係如果 k 係負數嘅話咧，就係 math error 啦。但係題目咧，我揾勻咧，又好似冇講過，即係佢冇限死咗個 k 咧係一定要係正數喎。咁呢度係咪有個漏洞咧？即係題目係咪有個漏洞咧？定係其實喺某一啲位已經 implies 咗呢個 k 必定要係正數嘅咧？咁樣嗱，我想講嘅就係、其實有一個位就係已經 implies 咗佢必定要係正數噶啦。咁睇下同學咧可唔可以好醒咁樣，可以話到俾我聽邊一個位咧係保證咗個 k 咧一定唔會係負數嚟嘅。
係咪個 y-intercept 啊？
係啦，冇錯啦。OK，個 y-intercept 係 c 係咪 ？y-intercept 係 point c 就係 above x-axis 嘅。咁而家喺呢度咧，個 y-intercept 咧係 k 減4係咪？咁即係話咧個 k 減4咧呢個 y-intercept 冇錯啦，大過0嘅係咪 ？OK， 而 k 唔單止即係佢自己唔單止大過0添喎 ，k 係仲要大過4喎，係嘛？OK， 如果唔係嘅話咧，我哋就做唔到呢一個三角形出嚟㗎啦。OK，k 係大過4嘅，咁所以咧 k 一定係一個 positive number 嚟嘅。喺呢一度咧，其實已經保證咗個 k 咧係一個 positive number 嚟㗎啦。好唔 OK？咁所以咧，佢就唔需要再特別去講話個 k 係 positive。我哋亦都唔需要擔心會唔會開方咗一個負數出嚟嘅咧，咁樣呢一樣嘢。OK，得唔得？好，非常好啊 ，thank you。嗱，我哋即係做數嘅時候咧，希望可以留意埋呢啲位嘅話咧， 我哋就即係我哋喺做數嘅過程之中咧，係會多好多嘅工具咧，幫我哋驗證到我哋自己嘅 step 咧係有冇計錯數嘅，其實咁樣樣，OK。所以我哋唔使做得好急嘅，但係咧我哋希望做得 detail 啲咁樣樣，OK。好，15題有冇問題？好，冇嘅話咧，咁我去下一個嘅咯噃。OK，呢度咧睇下先，我覺得我可以講到晒嘅，嚟緊呢幾堂。我俾少少時間你哋做一做先。我呢度咧可能俾10分鐘嘅啫，OK？你哋做 section A1，但係咧有一題係唔使做嘅，有一題未教嘅，就係第9題，係啦，第9題唔使做住，OK？So now I would like to give you 10 minutes to do question number 1 to number 8。你未必做得晒嘅，咁但係盡做先。咁我10分鐘，無論如何10分鐘之後咧，我都會開始講嘅，咁樣樣，OK？
老師可唔可以幫我睇下 DSE Practice Session B 嘅最尾嗰條？
好啊。
Practice 2 19條，我 send
你 send 俾我啊？好啊。好，雍正知。D part 嗰度咧，D part 嗰度唔再係講緊個 area 係4.5㗎啦，佢仍然係保持翻個 area 係一個unknown 嘅嚟嘅先嘅。咁而家就係要揾個 maximum area。
咁我係咪應該喺 B 嘅第一行嗰個 right hand side 係應該寫 function？
係啦，冇錯，即係你當係個 y 咁樣樣，得唔得？
明白。
係啦
好，
跟住咧，我哋用嗰個 method of completing the square，有冇印象？
明白。
係啦，OK，好。
可以。
Okay, so let's check the answers. Number one， 喂嗱，number one 呢啲循環小數咧，即係老實講咧，好似 DSE 就未出過嘅咁多年嚟。OK， 咁啊，但係即係校內考試咧，咁啊即係實出嘅啦，即係特別係 Form 4嘅上學期啊。最正路嘅做法就係咁啦。你 let 嗱咁唔好 let x 喎今次，因為呢個 x 咧已經係即係俾條 equation 咧係 occupy 咗啦，係嘛？咁人哋攞咗 x 嘅話咧，你就攞第二個英文字母啦，得唔得 ？OK， 咁啊，千祈唔好同人哋即係 occupy 咗嘅英文字母重複咁樣樣。OK， 咁啊 let a be the 0.4 is repeating。咁呢個即係淨係得一粒四喺度循環啦，無限循環啦，係嘛？即係0.44444咁樣啦。咁你記住啦。我就話咧，呢一個乘大幾多倍，就係睇下有幾多個位喺度循環緊。OK，the number of repeating digits is 1, right? So just multiply the equation by 10 to the power 1. In the next one, 0.16 0.16循環。OK， 循環緊嘅係16161616。咁樣係嘛？咁嘅時候咧 ，there are 2 repeating numbers. Okay, then we will multiply the equation by 10 to the power 2. That is 100. OK， 有兩個循環位嘅話咧，我哋就會乘大100倍。點解係100啊？100即係10嘅2次方。OK， 如果有5個循環位嘅話咧，我哋就會將條 equation 咧。乘大10嘅5次方咁多倍，如此類推。get 到嗬？頭先0.4翻返0.4嗰度，一個循環位嘅啫，所以就乘大10嘅1次方咁多倍，即係10倍啦。 OK， 所以10A 係等於等於4.44444，因為乘大10倍嘅話就係將個小數點向右褪一個位，乘大100倍就係褪2個位，1000倍就係褪3個位，所以好容易乘嘅啫。但係我哋寫嘅時候咧，記住要對齊翻個小數點，跟住我哋要睇一睇咧，邊度開始係上下互相 cancel 咗嘅，係咪呢一個4開始就已經係一上一下可以互相 cancel 咗啊？相減嘅時候。係嘛？即係後邊就全辣都 cancel 咗啦，所以得翻啲咩相減啊？左手邊就係 10A minus A，and then right hand side is 4 minus 0。Okay, so the infinitely long decimal numbers are completely cancelled one by one. Okay, so what is remaining is just A. 9A is equal to 4, so A is equal to 4 over 9, and then we do the same thing for the B. Okay, 0.16, where 16 is repeating. Let B be this, and then 100B is 16.1616. We will align the decimal, align by the decimal point, okay? And then the 161616 are one by one cancelled by each other when we do the subtraction on the equation 4 and equation 3. So what is remaining on the left is 100B minus B, that is 99B. And then right-hand side will be 16 minus 0, that is 16. So B is equal to 16 over 99. Okay, and then the question asks us to solve this equation. So we just change the recurring decimals into fractions. Okay, so it becomes 4 over 9 is equal to 16 over 9 times x. And then x is just equal to 11 over 4. And that is the answer. Can you get this? Okay, number 2. Let fx be this. So we have a function. And then we have the formula of the function. And if fk minus 1 is equal to k plus 1， 好啦，呢條有條公式嘅 function 嘅公式喺咗度噶啦，即係知道個內容係點樣啦。好啦，然之後咧，佢問你一啲第二啲嘅嘢喎，係嘛 ？f 第二啲數字，咁我哋咧好簡單嘅啫，就係你要計一計。嗱呢度咧，我抄一次啫 ，f(x) is x square plus 5x minus 3，right？And then fk minus 1。我哋自己計咗 fk 減1係幾多先 ？is k minus 1 square plus 5 times k minus 1 minus 3。OK 就係咁嘅咋，將所有嘅 x 都係轉晒做 k minus 1咁樣樣。OK， so and then we will expand the brackets k square minus 2k plus 1 plus 5k minus 5 minus 3. Okay, and then calculate the like terms. So k square plus 3k. And then minus 7。OK， 好啦，我哋自己計出嚟 ，fk 減1已經計咗啦。但係題目咧，佢話咩啊 ？If fk minus 1 is equal to k plus 1, so we are going to change the left-hand side, the fk minus 1 to be our preparation. That is k square plus 3k minus 7 is equal to k plus 1. Can you get this? And then when you move all terms to the left-hand side, you get a simple quadratic equation. And then you may use the calculator formula 1, or you just use the cross method. You'll find the answers. So it's k plus 4, k minus 2 equals 0. So k is equal to negative 4, or k is equal to 2. Okay? So these are the two answers of k. Are you correct? 得唔得？嗱，呢題係 straightforward 嘅，非常之直接嘅，得唔得？你只要記得呢啲 fk 減1係點樣做，就已經 OK 噶啦。OK， 呢啲 function 我哋其實係要代翻呢一個 k 減1入去條公式嗰度，去到計咗出嚟先，得唔得？去到計咗出嚟佢係幾多先？呢啲咧 fk 減1咧係一啲即係好似你當係一個 zip 咗嘅 file 咁樣樣 ，OK 係嘛？壓縮咗嘅 file。佢係一個壓縮咗嘅 file，你要將佢咧打翻開先 ，unzip 咗佢先嘅，咁樣樣 ，OK。Number 3， sorry。Number 3, let fx be a polynomial. When fx is divided by x minus 3, the quotient is this. 好啦，睇下先。 嗱呢度小心啲喎，佢咧冇嗱佢而家講呢句啊 ，when f(x) is divided by x minus 3, the quotient is 2x squared minus 5x plus 3。記唔記得我哋有條公式㗎？等我寫翻次出嚟先啦嚇。Dividend is identical to divisor times quotient and then plus remainder。OK， 叫咩呢個？呢個係 Chapter 6嘅最新嘅嗰課嘅。fx 就係個 dividend 啦。Divided by x minus 3, which means that the x minus 3 will be the divisor. And then the quotient will be this. But it did not mention what the remainder is. OK? 嗱，咁如果你記得嘅話咧，我就話咧個 degree of remainder should be equal to degree of divisor minus 1. Now, the divisor is x minus 3, okay? And then the degree of the divisor is equal to 1, which means that the degree of remainder is equal to 1 minus 1, that is 0, okay? Degree 0嘅話咧，即係佢其實係一個咩嚟嘅咧？就係一個 constant 嚟㗎啦。咁即係話咧，我哋可以 let the remainder be just an R。OK， 就咩個 R 啫？冇 X 喺度嘅，佢係唔受 X 影響嘅，咁樣樣得唔得？咁咧，我哋陣間就要揾個 R 出嚟㗎啦。OK， 點樣揾啊？我哋砌翻嚟公式出嚟。So f(x) is identical to x minus 3 times 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 plus R. Can you get this? Okay, just using the division algorithm to build up this identity. OK， 好啦，呢個咧又有一分㗎啦，應該。跟住咧，咁我哋要揾個未知數嘅話咧，就要題目嘅一個資料，令到我哋 set up the equation 喎。咁有啲咩資料俾咗你嘅咧？咪就係呢一個咯。f3 is equal to -2. Now we have the formula of fx to be this, although there is an unknown. Okay, but we are going to find we are going to involve the unknown in our equation in order to find the unknown. So we calculate f3 ourselves. f3 is equal to 3 minus 3 times 2 times 3 squared minus 5 times 3 plus 3 plus r. OK， 咁呢度咧見到3減3就開心啦，因為咧後邊係咩都好啦。3減3係0，黐住佢嘅都變成0，所以 f3 should be equal to r. Can you see this? But it is also given that f3 is equal to -2. Our f3 is equal to r. The given f3 is equal to -2. Therefore, we can say that r is equal to -2. Is okay? So we have already found the only unknown in our formula. Okay, so we can write down the complete information of the fx. So x minus 3 times 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 and then minus 2. Okay, now we have the fx. So this is not identity anymore. This is an equation now. Okay, and the question asks us to find f(-1). So it's very easy. Just replace all the x by -1. Is -1 minus 3. And then 2 times -1 squared minus 5 times -1 plus 3 and then minus 2. 咁呢個係幾多嚟嘅咧 ？Should be -2. Okay, so f1 should be equal to -2. So f(-1) should be equal to -2. And that is the answer. 得唔得？咁其實即係嗱，我覺得咧呢一種題目咧係好好做嘅。咁因為咧你一見到咧，你就知道淨係得嗰課，一定係嗰課㗎啦，嗰個 chapter 嚟㗎啦。OK， 咁你唔使諗第二啲嘢嘅，其實係嘛？咁個 chapter 咧其實好少嘢嘅啫。我哋而家教咗嘅仲少嘅啫，其實一定就係砌翻條公式出嚟咁樣樣。 不過咧，真係搞呢度咧，你要諗咧。嗱，我覺得呢題咧打粒星落去嗰個位就係呢一個位啊。呢個唔明顯嘅，要自己諗出嚟嘅。OK， 得唔得？唔明顯嘅咁樣樣。咁所以咧，我哋要 let 咗個 R 出嚟先，因為咧有陣時咧，我哋要 let 佢做咩 AX 加 B 啊咁樣樣嘅，係嘛？如果佢嘅 degree 唔係零嘅話咧，我哋就要 let 佢做 AX 加 B 咁樣樣噶啦。OK， 得唔得？So this is question number 3. Number 4. 好 ，Number 4咧，咁都係呢啲，應該都係唔會喺 DSE 裏邊見到咁簡單嘅題目噶啦。講真，就有機會喺 Form 4上學期呢一個咧考試裏邊見到嘅。嗱，呢啲 solve equation 咧，大家應該聞到陣除噶啦，係嘛？呢題咧應該係條 quadratic equation 嘅。咁啊，最終我哋可以即係化簡到變成 AX 次加 BX 加 C 等於零咁樣樣，然之後撳機就得噶啦。OK， 咁啊，但係咧，如果你心水清啲嘅話咧，見到 x plus 1 and x plus 1 here should be a pair of common factors。OK， 咁我成日都問啲即係高方嘅 common factor 有啲咩動詞係可以 apply 落 common factor 嗰度咧？一係就係約走 common factor， 另一個咧就係抽 common factor。OK， 咁你記住咧，如果 common factor 裏邊有一啲未知數嘅，即係 x 啦，呢度嚟講係唔可以約 common factor 嘅，得唔得？唔可以約走佢嘅。OK，if there is an unknown in the common factor, then you cannot cancel the common factor. So if you cannot cancel the common factor, what you can do is to take out the common factor。好啦，但係要抽 common factor 嘅話咧，佢哋必須喺埋一邊先得噶噃，係嘛？咁所以咧，我哋先將右手邊個 x 加一咧，成個當係一整嚿嘢咁樣調過去左手邊。So 2x minus 1 times x plus 1 and then minus bracket x plus 1 is equal to 0. So I just treat the x plus 1 is just one single bracket. Okay, and then I move that bracket to the left until the right-hand side is equal to 0. So now this x plus 1 and this x plus 1 is a pair of common factor. Then we can take out the common factor and write down the remaining factor, 2x minus 1 minus 1 equals 0. 咁點解要咁樣做咧？點解即係有咩好處咧？做咗出嚟之後，我哋係變咗兩個括號相乘等於零。咁我哋咧就可以話第一個括號等於零，或第二個括號等於零啦。OK， 咁我哋先化簡少少先啦。Is x plus 1 is 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. The first bracket is equal to 0, or the second bracket, is equal to 0. Okay, for the first equation, you get x equals negative 1. And for the second equation, you'll get x is equal to 1. Okay, so there are two answers. X is negative 1 or x is equal to 1. OK， 嗱，如果你一開始錯手約咗 common factor 嘅話咧，你就會 miss 咗 x 等於負一呢一個答案嘅啦。咁嘅時候咧，你就會失咗超過一半嘅分嘅啦。OK， so if you cancel out the common factor x plus 1 in the very beginning, you will miss out the answer of negative 1 at the end. And then you will, most of the mark will be deducted. Okay, so just don't cancel out the common factor with unknowns. Instead, you need to move them to one side and take out the common factor. Okay, so that is like this. Number 5. 好，我哋又嚟啲 equation of straight lines 咯。Straight line L2 is parallel to straight line L1 and passes through the point -2 and 3. Find the equation of L2. Find the equation of straight line. Okay, find the equation of straight line. We need to find the point. We need to find the slope and write down the equation with the point slope form. Okay, do we have point? Yes. Okay, for L2, the point should be just -2 and 3. It is given directly. Okay, and how about the slope? The slope is not directly given, but it tells you that L2 is parallel to the straight line L1, which means that their slopes should be equal. Okay, so we need to find the slope of L1 first. For L1, we have x plus 3y minus 5 equals 0. How to find the slope from this equation? We make y to be the subject, okay, negative x plus 5, and then y is equal to -1/3 x plus 5/3, and then the coefficient of x will be the slope of the straight line. So m1 is equal to -1/3. But we know that L2 is parallel to L1, which means that m2 should be equal to m1, and they are both equal to -1/3. Okay, so now we have slope is equal to -1/3. We have point, we have slope. We can write down the equation of L2 by the point slope form. So it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so multiplying the 3 to the left, x plus 2 here, expanding the bracket, move all the terms to the side where x is positive. So x plus 3y minus 9 plus 2 is -7 equals 0. Okay, so this is the equation of L2. 跟唔跟到大家？咁呢都係 point slope form 嚟嘅啫。咁只不過今次個 slope 咧就要自己揾一揾，點解？得唔得？好，跟住 that's this point -5 4 lie on L2。咁呢點咧係咪 lies on 呢條線嘅咧？啊，等陣先。嗱，我想教你一啲快捷啲嘅方法。頭先咧 L2 呢度，咁可能有啲同學都識嘅，其實可能即係第二啲補習啊，或者其他人都可能會教嘅。咁啊即係我呢度咧就正式教埋你哋先。嗱，其實咧 L1 呢條線嘅 equation 係 x 加 3y 減5等於0啦，跟住 L2 咧係 parallel to 佢嘅，係嘛？咁其實咧我哋係可以咧呢度啦 ，method 2。我哋可以 let 咧個 equation of L2 咧，由於佢係 parallel 嘅話咧，佢嘅 x 同埋 y 嘅 coefficients 嘅比例都係一樣嘅，都係 x 加 3y， 得唔得？不過咧，我哋可以加 k 係0，即係個 constant term 係唔同嘅。OK， let the equation of L2 be x plus 3y plus k equals 0. Can you get this? Because they are parallel, so the x terms and the y terms will have the same coefficient ratio. 嗱，陣間可能呢個變咗2同埋6都唔定嘅喎。但係我而家所講咧，其實係個比例係一樣嘅啫，唔一定係1同埋3嘅，得唔得？但係你咁樣叻咧冇問題嘅，因為如果頭先係如果陣間最終係2同埋6嘅話咧，我哋會計到個 k 係可能係分數嚟都唔定嘅。OK， 咁你只要乘翻大個分母，即係乘翻走個分母嘅話咧，你就可能變翻做2比6，或者甚至乎3比9啊，或者係-1比-9-3啊咁樣都唔定嘅。OK， 好啦，但係呢度咧有個未知數 k 係咪？我點樣可以揾到未知數 k 出嚟咧？就係利用佢俾你嗰一點啦，即係 put -2 3 into the equation of this straight line. So -2 plus 3 times 3 plus k is equal to 0. Okay, 7 plus k is equal to 0. So k is -7, which means that the equation of L2 should be x plus 3y minus 7 equals 0. Okay, and then you get the same answer. Can you see this? Get 唔 get 到 method 2啊？大家呢度，如果兩條線係平衡嘅 ，OK， 即係佢俾咗一條線你嘅 equation 嚟啦，另一條線佢話俾你聽係同佢係 parallel 嘅，咁你就可以咁樣去 let 出嚟啦。OK， 喂，咁如果佢話俾你聽另一條線係同佢 perpendicular 嘅話咧，我哋有冇呢啲 method 2嘅快捷方法可以做嘅咧？都有嘅噃。如果係 perpendicular 嘅話，譬如我講啦， 如果 L3 嗱呢個講埋啊 ，is perpendicular to L1， 跟住 and passes through 都係負2同埋3咁樣啦。如果假設啊有呢個點嘅喺度，得唔得？咁個 L3 會係點樣樣咧？我哋可以咧 let 個 L3 B， 今次咧嗱呢度佢本身係1 x 加3 y 係咪？我哋調翻轉就係3 x 加1 y， 3同埋1，不過咧個 y 變咗做減，得唔得 ？OK， 其中一個變做減嘅咁就得㗎啦，然之後加 k 等於0。OK， 如果佢兩條係 perpendicular 嘅話咧，咁你就咁樣 let， 得唔得 ？L3 就咁樣 let， 咁佢穿個負2 3喎係嘛？咁我哋咪又係都有句啦 ，put -2 3 into our equation， so 3 times -2 and then -3 plus k is equal to 0， so -9 plus k is equal to 0 and k is equal to 9， which means that L3 should be 3x minus y plus 9 equals 0. That is like this. It's okay? 嗱，呢個題外話嚟嘅，即係唔係題外話，即係另一個方法嚟嘅啫。咁嗱，呢啲咁嘅方法咧，會係喺幾時用咧？喺做 MC 嘅時候咧就用啦，因為咧你見到咧，其實咧係呢度幾行嘅啫，就會快過我哋用 point slope form 去到做快好多嘅咁樣樣，得唔得？咁就喺 MC 做 MC 嘅時候咧，我哋係需要一啲快捷嘅方法嘅，因為咧 MC 嘅時間咧係好緊迫嘅，喺 DSE 裏邊啊，非常之緊迫嘅，得唔得？OK， 咁所以咧，我哋盡量咧學一啲快捷，但係呢個咧係好安全嘅方法嚟嘅，得唔得？一定係咁樣做噶啦，冇陷阱可以跣到你嘅。OK， 咁但係 long crack 嘅話咧，我哋就喺呢度用翻呢啲正路啲嘅方法咁樣去做。OK， Part B，Does this point lie on L2？ 咁而家問你呢一點係咪 lies on L2？ 咁我哋點做啊？我哋就要 put 入去，然之後分開 left hand side、right hand side， 睇下佢哋係咪match 嘅 ，OK？ So we are going to put the coordinates of the points into the equation of the straight line into L2。OK， 但係記住係 left hand side。OK， 分開 left hand side、right hand side。It's -5 plus 3 times 4 minus 7. When you do the calculation, it is equal to 0. Right hand side is just equal to 0. So they match. Okay, therefore, yes, it lies on L2. Okay, 得唔得？呢度。Number 6. Number 6. Let fx be this fraction. So fx be ax over x minus b, and then a, b are constants. If f1 is equal to 2, f3 is equal to 5. Find the values of a and b. 咁啊，好直接，肯定就係一式二式嚟㗎啦，呢啲係嘛？We have information about f1, so we calculate f1 ourselves first. f1 is equal to a times 1 over 1 minus b. So that is a over 1 minus b. Okay, but it is given that f1 is equal to 2. So a over 1 minus b should be equal to 2. Okay, and then I just multiply the fraction, the denominator to the right-hand side. It's equal to 2. Call this equation 1. Okay, and we also have information about f3. So we calculate f3 ourselves first. It's a times 3 over 3 minus b. So just 3a over 3 minus b. Okay, but it is also given that f3 is equal to 5. So our f3 should be equal to 5. Okay, and then multiply the denominator to the right. We have this. Okay. And then we have equation 1, equation 2. We just substitute equation 1 into equation 2. Sub 1 into 2. Okay. The A, 3A becomes 3 times 2 times 1 minus B is equal to 5 times 3 minus B. Okay. And then we just multiply the bracket. 6 minus 6B is 15 minus 5B. And then we will move the 6B to the right and move the 15 to the left. It's negative 9 is equal to B. So B is negative 9. Okay. And then we just substitute the values of B into equation 1. Okay. What is equation 1? Equation 1 is A equals 2 over 2 times 1 minus B. A equals 2 times 1 minus B. Okay, so that should be equal to 20. So that is the answer. 得唔得？呢度直接計嘅啫，冇嘢需要諗嘅，係咪？好 ，Number 7。The graph 咯。All right, in the figure, the graph of y equals this touches the x-axis at point A and cuts the y-axis at point B. Find the values of A and B. 好啦，嗱呢度咧，咁即係咩啊？即係 A 就係個 x-intercept 啦，係嘛？然之後咧個 B 啊就係個 y-intercept 嚟㗎啦。OK， 咁啊好直接呢個亦都係。Part A。我哋揾咗 B 先啦 ，y-intercept 應該易揾啲嘅。Put x equals 0, y equals negative 1 over 4 times 0 square plus 0 minus 1. So that is negative 1. Okay, which means that B is equal to negative 1. Okay, and then to find A, we need to put y to be 0. So 0 is equal to negative 1 over 4 x squared plus x minus 1. And this is a simple quadratic equation. 咁如果我將成條式乘大負4倍嘅話咧 ，like this, and it's like this, x is equal to 2. Okay, it's a double real root, right? Okay, because it touched the x-axis at one point only. Okay, and this 2 will be the x-intercept. That is A. Okay, so that is the answer of part A. 得唔得 ？X-intercept, y-intercept. Okay. Part B, find the equation of straight line passing through A and B. 好，咁我哋有 point A 有 point B， 即係有兩個 point 啦。我哋揾 equation of straight line 就係揾 point slope equation. Point. So I'm going to choose point A. That is 係咩啊？20。Okay, 2, 0. And then slope is calculated by the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, 0 minus 2 over 5 minus 0. Number 5, sorry, negative 1 minus 0. 咪先 ，sorry， 我咪調轉咗 ，sorry 啊。Negative 1 minus 0 over 0 minus 2. Yes. Okay, so it should be equal to 1 over 2. Okay, so equation is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so 2y is equal to x minus 2. and then 0 is x minus 2y minus 2, or x minus 2y minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so that is the answer equation. Oh, 得唔得？ No。先要點啊？好，我講埋第8題啦。Figure shows the graph of y equals this. Straight line L is the axis of symmetry of the graph. Find the values of A and B. A and B 係咩嚟㗎 ？A and B 咧就係個 x-intercepts 嚟嘅，係嘛 ？x-intercepts 嘅話咧唔使諗啦，就係 put y equals 0 to calculate the value of x. 0 is equal to 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 3. OK， 咁呢度咧已經 factorize 好俾你噶咯喎，係嘛？咁即係 x minus 1 is equal to 0， 或 x minus 3 is equal to 0。咁個2係唔會等於0噶嘛，係嘛？咁可以約走咗佢嘅，係嘛？咁 so x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 3。咁邊個係 1， 邊個係 3啊？細啲個係 1， 大啲個係 3啦。Therefore, A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 3. Can you get this? Okay. And then part B, find the equation of L. L 係咩嚟㗎 ？L 係 the axis of symmetry。好啦，呢個咧 Chapter 5嘅嘢嚟嘅。Chapter 5，逢親揾 axis of symmetry， 或者如果你望遠啲嘅話咧 ，vertex 呢啲嘅話咧，我哋就要將佢由 ABC form 轉翻做 AHK form， 用翻嗰個所謂嘅 method of completing the square。OK， 不過咧而家呢度仲麻煩少少嘅咧，就係佢根本就唔係 ABC form 嚟嘅，係嘛？呢個咧係 factorize form 嚟嘅。OK， 咁所以咧我先將佢拆翻去括號先啦。x square minus 3x minus x plus 3。So that is 2 times x squared minus 4x plus 3. That is 2x squared minus 8x plus 6. This is the ABC form. And then we are going to do the AHK form. So take out the A. So x squared minus 4x, and then leave the C alone at the back. Okay? And then 2 times x squared minus 2xy. Okay, remember this? Plus 6. And then 2 times x squared minus 2xy, I give it a y square, but take away this immediately, plus 6. Okay, and then the first 3 terms will form a perfect square, x minus y bracket square, and then minus 4 plus 6. And then multiply the 2. 2 times x minus 2 square minus 8 plus 6. Finally, just calculate the constant term here. Okay? And that. So this is the AHK form. And then the question asks us to find the equation of the axis of symmetry. Our H value is equal to 2, and our K value is negative 2. Do you remember this? 好啦，咁跟住答題咯。The equation of L, that is the axis of symmetry, is x equals H number. That is 2. Okay? And then part C will be very easy because we have already done the AHK form. The vertex will be just the H and K values. Okay? The coordinates of the vertex is just the H, K value. That is 2 and negative 2. Okay? Because we have already done the AHK form, so we do not need to do any steps, any calculation steps in part C. Just write down the vertex, coordinates of the vertex will be okay. Can you get this? Oh, done that. Do you have any more problems here? If no, then I will just stop here, and that is the end of this lesson, and you may leave now. Goodbye.
老師
係
可唔可以講第十個 A 啊？
11A。而家講係嘛？你想？
係啊。
睇下先啊。呢個咧，你 divisible 嗰個字你識唔識啊
即
？divisible
係佢可以做佢嘅 divisor 係咪啊？
唔係嗱，divisible 咧，即係當 f(x) 除 x 加2嘅時候咧，個 remainder 等於0。
嚇
係啦
嚇
，remainder 等於0。divisible 有啲
但係就算
我未教嘅。
等於0，有好多 unknown 嘅喎。
冇錯，嗱呢一個咧不如呢個我未教嘅，其實因為咧係第6課嘅 second part 嚟嘅，應該係 third part 嚟嘅，應該第3 part 嚟嘅。你睇咗未先？
未。
如果未睇嘅話咧，就可能等呢個 exam mid year exam 完咗嘅時候咧，我先教翻咁樣樣。
好啊。
好啊，呢個未教嘅，其實所以11題係可以唔使做全嘅啦。OK。
仲有12A 我想問下。
好啊。12A。length and width 就係咁樣樣 ，area 係咁樣樣，咁係咪個 K 係幾多啊？應該
我就係唔知條 K 應該點計咯。我 set 咗條 quadratic equation 啦，但係如果係咁嘅話，咁個 equation 裡面就會有 K 又有 X 咯。
咦？點解會有 X 嘅？
因為佢話係個 screen 同埋佢最出面嗰個嘢中間隔 X 嘅嘛。
你講緊 part B 係嘛？part B。
係 part A。
part A。
揾 K 喎，但係。
唔係啊，你先。
冇嘢睇錯題目啦。
睇錯啦。應該唔關 X 事嘅，即係唔關個 frame 事嘅而家。
係啊，睇錯。
係啦，應該淨係 K 就得㗎啦，已經得唔得
？Thank you。
OK， 好得，有冇其他？
冇啦，拜拜。
好，拜拜。